yet?
Yes, I did, and we are live right now.
What?
Patrick,
Charles, I was doing a countdown.
Patrick. No, well, I didn't hit it at the time. Well, Patrick, we're live right now.
I'm doing a countdown, Charles. Trying
The
to make
countdown.
sure we don't screw this up and get what?
You know what? The countdown was a little bit off. I tried to hit it, and sometimes it takes a little bit to load. But we'll discuss that later on, Patrick.
Yeah.
Right now, welcome to the Breath of Fresh Air webcast. So, as you can see, I have Patrick back with me, and we are over here going at it because we could never get this countdown thing right. So, so work with us, and maybe one of those days you will catch us. Um, Patrick, I'm gonna jump right into the webcast, and at the end, I will say what we do.
Okay.
With the subscribe button and everything like that. But let's jump right into what's been going on with this coronavirus. And there's been a lot of cancellations going on, a lot of events getting postponed. Today, the Ivy League in college basketball canceled their tournaments. And then I think the MAC tournament, they're going to do their tournament, but with no fans. So a lot going on as people are trying to get a handle of the coronavirus. So really, I guess where I want to ask for your opinion is, are we panicking too much? Is a lot of this an overreaction that's going on right now? Or is it just simple precaution?
Way too much panic. And it's point blank, man. I mean, look, the coronavirus has been around for what? Years. We just now starting to sweat it. Why? Yeah, I mean, look on the back of Lysol bottles. Look on the back of Lysol bottles. It actually says coronavirus on it. All right. So are we panicking? Yeah. Mostly because the flu is worse than the coronavirus. Do we panic about the flu? No, we got a flu shot. Guess what's coming though? I mean, I can tell you right now, the government is probably on their research and design about that new coronavirus mist that you got to take. I mean, look, you know how I am, Charles. I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Yes, you are.
I'm a huge conspiracy theorist, and this is not a big deal. Bigger than the flu? No. What's the government up to? That's my question. What's the government up to? What's the government up to? IRS. I'm looking at you first, stealing everybody's money. It's the IRS. It's the IRS who created it. China didn't create this. The IRS did. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'll let you know. I think the government's to blame. You want to raise the taxes? There's cocaine somewhere. There's cocaine somewhere. I'm telling you, Charles. There's cocaine somewhere, and the coronavirus is hiding it.
So boy, the conspiracy theories get. Oh man, they get out there. But you know what, Patrick? I do agree that
that the government hiding something. Yeah, absolutely, you do.
No, I agree that it's an overreaction to a lot that's going on. And look, and I don't want to sound insensitive. I don't want to sound like I'm not. I don't want to sound like safety shouldn't be a priority, because I think the main thing you do want to do, if you are the NBA or the NHL or MLB, MLS, some of these other conferences in college basketball, you want to make sure the fans who do come there, you want to make sure they're as safe as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Safety is paramount, and I get that. Right. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But I don't think it should dictate the way we live. And I think that's what's happening here. I think from everything I've seen, just like what you were talking about earlier, the coronavirus, and I said something about it, I guess, on last week's webcast too. mostly you if you wash your hands and just really do good, normal, everyday personal hygiene,
You'll be fine.
you'll be fine. Right.
Vicks Vapor Rub,
And
right here.
yep, Vicks Vapor Rub. You know what? My mom used Vicks Vapor Rub on me all the time when I was little, and that stuff works
Yeah, anything gets
wonders. So, but
my mom
but that's
used vodka and peppermint, bro.
a,
I was perfect all the way through life.
but
Well,
but yeah,
well,
but I do agree. I do think it's an overreaction, and I'm looking at all these places that are throwing all these different precautions and cancellations. Like they canceled South by Southwest down in Austin, and when I saw that, I said, "What? They're canceling that? That wow!" Like to me, that I was shocked to see that. Like I maybe a postponement, maybe push it back a little bit until you get a handle on things.
oh, bro,
But if anything, like me personally, I would have just ran it. I mean, me personally, I would have just ran it just like normal. We have to live our lives.
bro,
We have to live our lives.
this is the start of the zombie apocalypse. That's probably what the government's trying to hold or trying to hide. Look, think about it. I don't know if you ever watched it, but there's a show called The Walking Dead.
Yes, I've watched it.
There's a show that was supposed to be the prequel. It's called Fear of the Walking Dead, right?
Yes.
All right. Now I want you to put this together. Fear of the Walking Dead, first known, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Sighting of it, I guess, was in LA. Coronavirus, LA. It took 2 weeks to spread over across America. Guess what? 2 weeks and it's already in Florida. It's a zombie apocalypse. And you better start building your reserves on gas, get you a machete, get you a sword, and be ready because the zombies are fixing to come. That's what the government's hiding. Zombie apocalypse.
It's just another one of your
Joking, but I'm serious. It's a zombie apocalypse, man. I'm telling you, man. The Walking Dead has done its homework. They know. And it's the IRS to blame.
So let me see if I'm tracking this. Because we agree this is an overreaction. So
We might as well overreact to everything. It's a zombie apocalypse.
So before we move on to the next topic, Patrick, I just want to make sure I'm tracking this. So this has been in LA. It took 2 weeks to spread across the country, or it was 2 weeks in Florida. This is following The Walking Dead.
That's what you are mowing what I'm growing. There you go.
So The Walking Dead was basically telling the future, is what you're saying, right? Sorry.
In the IRS.
We're moving on.
Zombie apocalypse, man. Here it comes.
But all right. But before we move on, oh, that's so funny. But before we move on, so we agree that we feel this is an overreaction. We feel like you have to live your life.
Yeah,
You have to go out there and just, like I said, normal hygiene. Wash your hands.
normal hygiene. Make sure you carry a sword with you from now on.
Make sure you carry a sword with you from now on. All right, I got you.
You're gonna have to cut some zombies' head off.
All right, Patrick. Oh, man. So let's move on to the next talk. You know what? Now I'm gonna want to watch The Walking Dead to see what you're talking about more and more. Now that's funny. I have to get on Netflix or something.
It is 50.
Or what is it? AMC? That's what it's on AMC, right?
It is on AMC, but you could probably watch the first 10 seasons on Netflix.
All right.
Shout out to Netflix. Wish they were paying me for this, but they're not.
I know, right? Well, all right, Patrick. Well, let's move on to this one. So this is kind of a sport. Well, it is a sports topic, but It's not necessarily on the field of play. So last week I had mentioned Tony Romo and him getting 17, 18 million dollars a year to stay on at CBS. Now, of course, personally, I didn't think he was going to leave CBS. We heard ESPN was supposed to be shelling out some big bucks to try to get him to come there. But he decided to stay at CBS. Me personally, I think it was the relationship he has with Jim Nantz, being able to work with him. That's why I didn't think he was going to go anywhere. Well, ESPN is trying to get Al Michaels apparently to come over there. Of course, he's on NBC Sunday Night Football, and NBC said, no, you cannot have Al Michaels. So I just wanted to start this one off and say, good. I'm so glad NBC said no to them because ESPN needs to get over themselves. This whole, oh, well, we're ESPN. We can go and try to grab anybody we want to. You know what? These networks make money too. And also, they can telecast the Super Bowl. ESPN cannot. So, whatever. But I'm glad the NBC said, nope, you're not getting Al Michaels. You go somewhere else, trying to sit there and they're trying to get everybody else's people. You know what? First of all, what ESPN needs to do, pick better games. How about that? Maybe if you don't keep putting the Jets and the Giants and the Browns on your airwaves all the time, maybe you could get more viewers. That's one thing. Pick better games, ESPN.
Pick better games and stop making so many networks that you can't afford.
Wait a minute, Patrick. You don't like the Ocho?
I haven't liked the Ocho. I haven't liked the Nueve, and I haven't liked the DS either.
What? Man, hey, I love that Spanish. Love it. I love how you threw them numbers out in Spanish. That was awesome. But dude, I mean, you don't like ESPN
Plus? No.
Yeah. or what
ESPN
about
period? No.
Oh man.
Got so much better stuff to watch, like South Park.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yes, South Park is always good.
Now,
Key and Peele.
Key and Peele, yeah. I'll watch all of it. But I will say this: one thing about ESPN, man, there's one show, 2 shows, possibly 3, but it's like 1 or 2 shows. Game Day, bro. 90% of their viewership comes from that. Period.
90%.
And then there's PTI. PTI is pretty good, and then the Scott Van Pelt show. Other than that, ESPN got nothing going for them except for AIDS.
Yeah. So yeah, those are pretty much the 3 shows that I guess I watch if I'm gonna watch any of them. Yeah, I mean ESPN is just it's just a bunch of clickbait and people throwing out narratives, and I like to call it grenade launching with these reports they throw out here. Oh my God. Huh?
They just throw a bunch of reports and see what sticks to the wall.
It is. It's bad. It's gotten really bad. And now their Monday Night Football telecast is, well, it's in shambles, or at least their commentator team, because they've been trying to tinker with it ever since John Gruden left to become the coach of the Oakland Raiders. So now Jason Witten was in there, of course, disaster. And they decided to just ride with Joe Tessitore and Booger McFarland, and that's been disastrous as well. So now they're trying to see if Peyton Manning will get into the booth, which I think Peyton Manning, if he does get in there, I think he'll be great. I mean, I feel like he would be really, really good at that because of just the knowledge he has and how he could break down a play. I don't know who they're
right there.
Huh?
That would be the best move they make if they got Peyton Manning.
They're able to get him in. Peyton Manning already has a show that he's doing on the ESPN Plus forum. Peyton's Places is what it's called. But yeah, they are able to get him on there. That would be a great move for them. Now,
ESPN. I will say this, Charles. Hard to cut you off, but I will say this: ESPN. I will give you a bit of advice. If you really, truly, 100%, and this is not being joking, you really, truly, 100% want to make money, sign me and Charles.
We got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You want to find the cure to the coronavirus? Sign me and Charles. I'll be apocalypse.
yeah.
That's it. Hey, look, show over. What we need.
We have solutions for everything over here, breath of fresh air. So that's why they call us that. But but
ESPN.
so yeah, I mean, I do think I'm glad NBC said no. Al Michaels is staying there. He still has 2 years left on the deal with NBC right now. Hey, look, ESPN, go somewhere else. You went to CBS, tried to get Tony Romo out of there, didn't work. I guess they would try to get Al Michaels from NBC. So now they're gonna try to go get they're gonna hit up Fox. They're gonna try to hit up Fox and get somebody most likely.
Look, their ESPN's career is going down the toilet. Sign Ja Rule.
No, Sanchez, you ready? Did you see that part? Did you hear about that when he was in Milwaukee? Oh my gosh! Hey, I gotta play that for you. I gotta find that tape. But it's bad because he came out there and he's like, "Are you ready?" Crowd didn't say nothing. Oh, I guess not.
Kind of like when LeBron tried to trademark Taco Tuesday, right?
Right. Dude, you look absolutely.
Because you started that, LeBron. Kim Kardashian, bro.
Taco Tuesday. Oh yeah, you know what? Okay. So since you mentioned LeBron, we will get to him in a little bit. But
back on track, man. My fault.
It's okay. But no. Well, the reason why I brought it up is because he had said something about the whole coronavirus thing that I should have brought up on the first segment. But we'll hit it up when we're about to get to him in that MVP debate. Let's get to the Houston Rockets and how garbage they are. So look, so the Rockets are over here. You know, they tried to go to this small lineup and they traded Clint Capella conveniently to Atlanta. And and so now they're going with this whole small ball thing where they're running players that are barely like 6'8" and shorter, basically. And now they are on a losing streak. I think Mike D'Antoni the head coach is about ready to get fired. So really, Patrick, I mean, can you tell me what Houston is doing?
No, Houston can't say what they're doing. I mean, look, I get it. You're trying to run small ball. You're trying to be faster than the other team because most players or most teams are carrying some 6'8" and taller guys, some like 6'8", 6'10", you know. And I get it. You know, you're a little bit faster. Problem is that when you play small ball, you can't defend. You can't defend on the post. And when you can't defend on the post, teams like LA will just run through you because they can just run their offense through AD. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You look at other teams. I mean, so many other teams. I mean, not only you got to have a lineup for small ball. I get that, but you also got to have a lineup that's big too, and then you can mix those lineups. Just to run a team, I mean, their 5 starters I think the tallest person on their 5 starters is 6'8", and that's short. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. That's much taller than I am, but when you're playing professional basketball, you have to have that second lineup. That's like going out to hockey and instead of running 4 lines or 3 lines, you run 2 or 1. You're going to wear them out. So by the time the fourth quarter even rolls around, your small ball team, your small ball lineup It's exhausted. So what are you going to do? You got nothing else to throw out there except for small people.
More small dudes.
More small dudes. And when you're running an offense through AD, bro, 6'8" is not going to cut it. You got to have 6'11", 7 foot to stop this man. He's big. So that's ridiculous. I mean, to run small ball in nowadays basketball is almost saying you do not want to be relevant. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and so the thing about this small ball is it's really not that different from what they have already been doing. It's not it actually is not different at all. The only difference is they had Clint Capella in the middle, so they could run a little bit more pick and roll and maybe catch him on a lob from either James Harden and Chris Paul before he got traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They weren't passing it to those two ball hogs anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Right, and so having said that, either way, Houston is still trying to shoot 50 to 55 3-pointers a game. And that's what they've been trying to do for the last, it seems like 9 years, but I think it's around at least 4. Yeah, ever since D'Antoni has been the coach. And I mean, when you're one dimensional, because and that's the thing. No matter what, Houston is still a one-dimensional team. They're offensive heavy, and they're trying to shoot all these three-pointers and layups. And if that is what you're relying on and you can't do anything else, you can't especially play defense, then you're not going to do anything. You're not going to win. You're not going to outscore everybody. Now, I'll give them a little bit of credit. They came close. They almost made it to the NBA Finals a couple of years ago, 2018. Almost made it, but they came up short. And that was the chance they had. 3-2 lead over the Warriors. They let it go because they missed 27 straight three-pointers in Game 7. So if you miss –
live and die.
Yes, you live and die, and they be dying. And now you –
life of a punter.
Then now you have the life of a kicker. And now you have Russell Westbrook there with James Harden. These are two ball-dominant guys who have to have the ball in their hands to be effective. And I guess you're trying to surround them with a whole bunch of three-point shooters. And the thing is, all these guys are streaky. They don't really have, out of all those dudes, they don't really have a consistent three-point shooter. A guy you're saying, oh my gosh, if I don't get out there to him, he's going to shoot me down. It's one of those, well, he might hit it or he might not. If he does, all right, he ain't going to hit it all the time. So, so I just think this is just one of those things. They're trying to double down on this strategy, and it's not going to work, and it's going to go down in flames. The Rockets are going to go down in flames, and they may go out in the first round this year. I mean, it depends because they're sitting in the 6th seed now, so that's right now that would be a matchup with the 3rd seeded Denver Nuggets. They can beat Denver if they get hot, I think. But if they fought a number 7 and they play the Lakers or Clippers, that's a wrap. They're going home probably in 4. I'll call it. They would go home in 4.
They'll go home in 3.
5.
I got them going home in 3, a sweep.
In 3,
Uh-huh.
Patrick. Now you know those series are best of 7.
I know.
Okay.
They're going home in 3.
So they're just going to give up in Game 4.
Might as well not even play.
All right. Well,
they might go home in 2.
well, Patrick, let's move on to this topic about the MVP. So, but before we get to the MVP, since LeBron James is the topic, yes.
Technically, they would go home after 2. Just saying.
Why? What do you mean technically?
Technically, they would go home after 2 because you got 2 in LA.
Got you. You're right.
Technically, they go home in 2.
All right, so they go home and stay home. I got you.
Show's a wrap.
Yes, it's a wrap. I got you. So you're full of the analogies today, boy. You hitting them. Boy.
Oh boy.
so let's talk about this MVP debate, quote unquote. Now, before we get to that, now LeBron James, going back to the coronavirus thing, they had asked him on Friday after they played the Milwaukee Bucks about whether or not it would be something he would like to do about playing in an arena with no fans. And his comments were like, "Oh, I ain't playing. That's what I play the game for, is for my fans." Of course, he walked back those comments today.
Of course he did.
And sometimes you wonder, because LeBron is supposed to be this well thought out, well spoken dude, but sometimes he just says this crap where you're thinking, who is your publicist? Who is letting you come out here and say this stuff? LeBron, what is going on?
Charles, I need to get a publicist. I need somebody to filter me. I do. LeBron, help me out. You spouting out crap that doesn't mean crap. Dude, come on.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway,
crazy.
Go ahead and say
so
what
now
my fault.
You're okay. He's more safety conscious now. I guess he understands why the NBA and the other leagues would maybe do that later on, depending. Haven't heard anything yet in terms of those leagues saying they're gonna keep fans away, but who knows what's gonna happen? Like the way overreactions have been going, it might. But with this MVP debate, so you have LeBron and you have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, me personally, Patrick, I don't think it's much of a debate right now. I get it. A lot of people are going to sit here and see what the Lakers did over the weekend. They beat Milwaukee pretty handily. Give them that. They kind of handled Milwaukee on Friday night, and then on Sunday afternoon they beat the Clippers. Something they haven't done this year. And LeBron looked good in both of those games. But we can't be prisoners of the moment. Okay, that's what a lot of people are trying to do. It's like, oh, it's the MVP race now. No, look, Giannis is still the favorite to win this bad boy. And I still don't think it's that close. Now, is there a little bit of a gap closing? Can you make a little bit of an argument, or maybe a little bit more of an argument for LeBron? Yeah, possibly, maybe. Yeah. But for me, it's still Giannis. He is the guy that I have right now winning his second straight MVP. And I assume from the reactions and from the faces you were making that you have the same thing.
Yeah, because let's be honest, what an MVP is. We've said this many times. I mean, dude, I can tell you every time we talk about an MVP, what I'm fixing to say is what we say in every single episode. The most valuable player is if you take him out of the lineup, do they stand a chance to lose? And if you take Giannis out, Milwaukee's not as good as they are. They're just not. You take LeBron out, you still have AD. To me, it's not even close. I mean, this is like LeBron should not even be in the conversation, because as it stands right now, you can take LeBron out of that lineup and they'll be fine. You take Giannis out of that lineup in Milwaukee, they're not fine. To me, LeBron's not even in the conversation. And this is not me being a LeBron hater. This is just me stating, if you take him out, you still got AD and you're fine. You can run your offense through AD and you'll be fine. You may not win every game, but you're not going to lose every game either. That's just like when you look at the Clippers, you take what's his name?
Kawhi
Leonard. You take him out, you got Paul George. Okay, you might as well just take Paul George out too, and you would be better off. So if you take Kawhi out, that would be the closest to the next MVP that I would say that Giannis to Giannis That would be my personal pick. Because you take Kawhi out of that lineup, you got Paul George. What is that? What is Paul George? I mean, what does he do? Does he actually play basketball? I don't even know. Be truthfully. So, I mean, to me, LeBron's not even in the conversation. Personal opinion, not even in the conversation. If it's anybody, it's Giannis and Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think this. I've seen something where they were over. I think it was Bleacher Report. They were trying to compare stats, trying to compare resumes, and then their headline with it is "Let the debate begin." I said, "Man, how about we end this debate before it starts?" And so,
It wasn't a debate.
I swear, I promise you, I almost got on Twitter and wrote Bleacher Report. What are we doing?
You should have.
Yeah, probably should.
Hashtag stupid comment.
I think I'm gonna start doing that a lot more.
You should. Because that's dumb. I mean, LeBron. Look again.
Great season.
Great
He's having a
season.
great season.
But
give him that.
How are you not have a great season with that team?
Wow. Well, on that note, Patrick, I guess we can wrap up this edition of the Breath of Fresh Air webcast. So make sure go down on the Breath of Fresh Air YouTube channel and smash that subscribe button, as Patrick is pointing out. And you keep the likes coming on the Breath of Fresh Air Facebook page. Make sure also, like you guys always know, we love it when you comment and let us know what you're saying or what you're seeing. Do you like what you're seeing? So please leave that feedback and we will get back to you. Good, bad, or indifferent, we will get back to you. We just love the conversation, as you can see. So keep all that going. Am I missing anything, Patrick?
You got everything covered, man.
All right, then. Well, I appreciate it. And glad to have you back on the webcast, by the way.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't fall asleep.
I know, right? Yeah, I was garbage.
I called you out.
I was trash last week. So hopefully we made up for it. and of course we'll be back with another one next week as well. Patrick, you got a shorty to do too.
Yeah.
All right.
I already know my topic.
All right, cool. All right.
Tom Brady.
All right. Well, until that shorty comes out, everybody have a good rest of the week, and we will talk soon. Take care, everyone.
Now we'll wait 20 minutes before it turns off.